Do you believe there's nothing new under the sun? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. I didn't realize with this filter how little yellow I have in my background. Like none, no yellow. And I actually like the color yellow, so I find it fascinating that there's no yellow in my background. Doesn't matter. Question for you today. Do you believe there's nothing new under the sun? Today is day 1530 of What's She Up To Now, just documenting my journey as I transitioned originally 1500 some, actually more than that, probably a couple thousand days ago, from the offline world to the online world. And some of the things that I've done, some of the things that have worked, not worked, the lessons that I've learned, I share those along the way in this segment. And I also summarize what am I doing with respect to creating online content, and sometimes I share what I'm doing in the offline businesses I'm building as well as the online businesses I'm building based on the questions that you ask. If you ask questions, I will absolutely positively cover that in one of these videos, one of these segments. Or if it's a big question and other people have it, we will have a separate video where I actually talk about that. And we train and we discuss and we share lessons learned on that particular topic. So say you are struggling with deciding what and who you want to focus on, your customers, your ideal customers. We could do a whole segment on that. Or perhaps you want to get more customers. You've decided who you want to serve, but you want to find ways to attract more customers to you. I'm all about attraction marketing and using content and sharing your expertise to attract the right people to you. So we could have a whole topic and a whole discussion about that. So today we talked about in Supersize Your Business, which is my segment for people that are growing their business, the idiom and the expression, nothing new under the sun. For the month of September, we're focusing on spiritual idioms, spiritual sayings that coincides with our annual challenge. We're focusing on the spiritual aspect, spiritual well-being portion of the life framework that I personally use as we go through this annual challenge. So today our idiom was nothing new under the sun. And that's why I asked that question. Do you believe that is true for you, true in your life? I personally push against, and that doesn't feel right to me, even though I understand everything is energy and that we're all made up of the same energetic material, us and everything around us is, and that new things are created out of that ether, out of that, whatever you call it, energy. I still think new things come up all the time. And my example was the jean jacket. In 1880, Levi Strauss invented the jean jacket. Now, other people are given some credit for making them popular, but the truth is he invented it 10 years after he invented jeans for cowboys, right? For cowboys and hardworking people, it was a working man's jean. And it wasn't until, my lifetime, 1960s, jean jackets became something that people wore and were popular and cool. And in the 70s and the 80s, they became popular for women. And now you see them on the runways, and maybe they're not made out of denim, but it's the style of the jean jacket as well as the material that they're made out of that made them popular. Now, was that something that was new? Were jeans new and just have taken on all these different forms and morphing? And is each new style of jeans, is that something new, or have jeans and pants been around forever, right? I guess ever since the cavemen gave up their loincloths and their animal skins, somebody invented clothing along the way, right? And there's all different kinds of clothing. But are those things considered new, or are they something that humans have always needed? Hey, humans have always needed shelter and protection and clothing to protect them from the elements. So are the different versions of them new, or are they all just clothing? Are all the foods and things that we consume now actually new, or are they all just energy that we put in our body to keep us moving? And it's up to you. The cool thing about this idiom is it reminds us we get to decide what everything means to us based on our experiences, based on our thoughts and feelings and beliefs about something. We get to decide what it means. So the fact that this idiom makes me go, tells me I don't 100% believe it. I think there are new things being created all the time, and that our imagination and our creativity and our ability to imagine and create things, new things, and new is just a marketing term, right? Is it's what makes us human. It's our ability to think and create and be cognitive about things is what makes us special. And each one of us is different. And so we get to decide what things mean. So that's my diatribe on Nothing new under the sun. Do you believe it? Do you think that everything has already been done? Everything's already been written. Everything's already been created. You know, if you boil everything down to its simplest form, there's only one or two story formats, right? That for anything, people, that the way we tell stories, the way we market, the way we do any process can be boiled down and simplified into something. And none of us are making up new ways to create things. The process of how we create, how human beings create, is the same as it's always been. What's new is how different people look at it and describe it and show other people so that more people can become aware of it. But it's always been, a 4 or 5 step process or a 3-step process, depending on what you believe, to create anything that you want, right? First, you think about what you want, you decide in your mind and imagine it. Then you believe that you can make it happen and create it. And then you take action to make that thing and detach yourself from the result and watch it appear in your life. And it's interesting how many different forms of that. It's like defining success. There are so many definitions and different definitions of success. Success to you is different than success to me. But guess what? Your definition of success is right for you. My definition of success is right for me. And that's what makes this world such an amazing, fun place, is that we each get to decide and go after what makes us feel good. And that's kind of what we're here for. That's our purpose. In my opinion, our purpose is to live this life and become the best version of ourselves that we possibly can, and to attract all of the experiences that are meant for us to help us become better human beings. That I 100% believe for every human being on the planet, that is our purpose. I chased after trying to define what's my purpose, why am I here, and feeling like I was lost for a couple of decades. And then I'm like, after my sudden cardiac arrest, I'm like, no, each of us are different for a reason, because each of us are here for a different reason, for our own personal development and growth, to become the person and the version of us here on the planet that we're meant to be. And sometimes we're attached to that and we find that easily. Some people just are born and they easily stumble upon or discover or always knew exactly what they wanted to do with their life. And they go out and they do that and they make that happen. The vast majority of us, we struggle our way through and we try to figure it out. We wonder, one of the greatest questions on the planet is, why am I here? Why are we here? Etc. And once you answer that for yourselves and give yourself a sense of direction, anything is possible. Guess what? Anything was always possible. We just need to give ourselves permission to believe that. All right, any questions, anything I can help you with, hit me up. It is Friday here in my neck of the woods, so rolling into the weekend where I still do my content, but I also do, I have a very different schedule on the weekends than I do during the week. So I have a lot more free time on the weekends. Hint, hint. If you have a question or need help with something, you can direct message me or you can Voxer me. I will get to it when I'm not doing something else. I'm not hanging out on social media all the time, so don't get frustrated if it takes me a while to respond. But I promise I will respond. And whatever you need help with, I might not know the answer, but I guarantee I can hook you up and get you moving forward so that we're never stuck in one place. Because one of my biggest frustrations in the past was feeling like I was stuck and that there was no one I could ask, that I didn't know what to do. And maybe I had some ideas, but I wasn't sure which direction to go in and what was right for me at the time. And I just wanted somebody to bounce that off of. I want to be that resource as long as I can for people. All right, have a great day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Feel free to answer the question below. Do you believe that nothing under the sun is a true statement? And just because it was in the Bible doesn't mean it's true for all of us, right? All right, have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.